Bam! What's going on, everybody? It's your girl Thickness with the Quickness, and you are watching me on my YouTube channel, baby. So, y'all, today is Thanksgiving, y'all, and I just jump on here real quick to just wish you all a happy Thanksgiving, and I hope you all are having a thankful Thanksgiving, y'all. I hope you guys are eating all the turkey, the ham, and whatever beans, greens, tomato, ham, hops, you name it. I hope you guys are good and nice and full, okay, you guys, and I hope that everybody that is traveling today be safe out there on the highways, byways, and skyways. You understand me? Okay. Okay, everybody. So I just want to jump in here real quick and wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. And I want to say thank you all for choosing me, baby. Okay. Okay. All right, then. So, y'all, today, right after this here, I got a story time, and it's about Thanksgiving and why not share it on Thanksgiving Day. Okay, so y'all stay tuned. Okay, so y'all run right over there and watch that story time. But in the meantime, between time, baby, God bless and y'all all stay safe and never ever let anybody sit on your happiness. Bye bye, y'all. Happy Thanksgiving.
Never felt this way before. Guess that's what they call love. I'm trying not to fall. Got angels from above sent to catch me, so I land. Now this wasn't in the plans.
This was 1989. Okay, this was 1989, y'all. So, like I said in my other video, I had a little hustle, y'all. I was selling contact lenses and shit. So I was selling contact lenses for this nurse that me and her was best friends, okay? So I was selling contact lenses for her, you know what I mean? And I had a nice little hustle, y'all. My hustle was tight, y'all, where I had to quit my little Burger King job and start working making little selling contact lenses full time shit, cuz I was making a nice little hustle, you know? And so, y'all, during the time I'm making the hustle with selling contact lenses and shit, y'all, um, I kind of took off bad sick. I mean, like, really, really bad sick. And I'm like, damn, what did I eat that is making me sick like this? Like that. And I'm like, okay, I went to the Chinese place. I ate some Chinese food. And it seemed like soon as I got through eating the Chinese food and shit, I started feeling a little nauseated. And then a couple of days later, I just began to get sicker, you know. So anyway, like my friend, she's a nurse. So me and her on the phone talking because I'm getting ready to pick up another pack of contact lenses. So I get on the phone, I'm talking to her on the phone and shit. And I tell her, I say, girl, I ain't been feeling good at all. I said, I'm just all fucked up. I feel nauseated. Anything I smell is stink and shit. And, I just be having little headaches and shit. I just be so damn tired all the time. I can't, every time I eat something, I get full really fast and shit. And she was like, she a nurse. She said, you been around somebody been sick? I said, no, I ain't been around nobody that got sick. I say, I just feel, real sick and shit. Like that. Then she said, girl, you might need to come on in the clinic. And I was like, girl, I don't need to come in no clinic. She said, you might do. And I was like, girl, no. I said, okay. I said, I need to go on and pick up this little, get these little contacts and I'm going to keep it moving. So I get the contacts and y'all, and I just keep on working and working. So anyway, this was Thanksgiving Day. This was Thanksgiving Day. So, I got up and shit. I got up and I was feeling a little sick then, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna push through because we had a lot of family coming over to the house. So I was like, I'm gonna push through, but early that day I went in the bathroom, I threw up, and I'm like, damn, why am I throwing up? Why I throw up like that? I'm like, this motherfucking Chinese food and then did something awful to me like that. I'm never gonna eat there again. So anyway, I threw up, took me a shower, got myself together because I was just so damn sick. So So I went in my room after I got a shower, got myself dressed, and all that time a lot of family members had started coming in and shit. So I'm in there trying to get my shit together because I'm so sleepy, I'm so weak, I'm just yuck, just feel bad. So anyway, I get myself together. I come out where everybody else was at and shit, and everybody talking and having a good time. So my boyfriend called, and so me and him had got into it on the phone. We was like going at it, having just. I just popped off on him. He didn't do anything wrong. I just popped off on him, and I'm going off. And this, that, and that, this, that, and that. Oh, fuck you. And I hang the phone up. So I knew that he wanted to come over to the house so he can get a plate, but I was so mad at him, he wasn't going to get no plate. So anyway, I'm mad at him. Everybody's still at the house kicking in and shit. I said, you know what? I'm going to get up and go to the club. And at this time, y'all, I used to go to this club called The Factory. Okay, it's on the west side off Madison. If y'all from the west side, y'all from Chicago, y'all know you know. Okay, so I was like, I'm going to get dressed and go to the factory. Y'all, if y'all hear some noise, that is one of my kiddos, so don't mind them. So anyway, I get myself together. I get dressed and shit. So I head out because I got a friend who is my best friend today, still live in Chicago. He worked there and shit. So I was like, I'm cool. I know I'm going to get a ride back to the crib because I know he's going to be at work. So I get to the motherfucking factory and shit. As soon as I get in the door, I asked him and shit. I'm going to say his name because me and him cool like that. His name is James. I said, James in here? So the girl come up to me. No, James ain't come to work tonight. He stayed at home. I say, James didn't come to work tonight? She was like, no, he didn't come in. So instead of my ass turning back around and hopping on the bus and go back home, I decided to go ahead and party, y'all, because I was mad at my boyfriend and I'm like, fuck him. You know, I'm just going to stay here and party all night long. Fuck him. So that's what I did, y'all. I ended up saying, mind you, it is cold, snow on the ground and everything at this time. So I party all night long, baby. Get the hoe. That used to be my jam. Get the hoe. Yeah, you got it. Get the hoe. Yeah, baby. I'm in there getting it in, baby. I'm at the party and I'm partying and partying. And me, I always leave when the club closed, when the motherfucking lights come on. Knowing that James is not here. So why would you do that? Okay, James ain't here. You want to stay here for an hour or two. Go on and do your little hour or two and then get your ass so you can catch the bus back to the crib. So anyway, y'all, I'm in there partying my ass off. Ain't thinking about shit that I got to catch the bus back to the crib. So the lights come on. I'm like, God damn, it's time to go already. So I'm like, oh shit, I'm fucked. So I hurry up and get out the door and shit to try to catch the Madison bus. So wasn't no Madison bus coming. So I had to walk my ass down to Central. So I walked to Central, waited for a minute, and it's cold in the motherfucker. That was a long ass walk. It's cold as hell. I'm walking to Central, so I jump on the Central bus and shit. So then I get on and take the bus down to North Avenue. So I get off on North Avenue and I'm waiting and looking. I'm like, ain't no North Avenue bus. I'm like, God damn. So I waited a little bit longer. Still no North Avenue bus. So I had to walk. I got to walk about at least 8 or 9 blocks. Okay. So I was like, fuck it, let me start walking, okay? I don't like walking on this side on the right side of that block. I don't like walking on that right side because you got to walk past a funeral home. And I never like walking past no funeral home, y'all. So anyway, it was so damn cold. I'm walking and walking and walking. So I'm looking back, no bus ain't coming. So I'm steadily walking. And I can steadily feel myself getting sick. You know, I'm walking and my stomach just turning. I'm just feeling like I'm about to throw up. But I'm still trying to get down to this block. So I know that the funeral home is on the right hand side. So I was like, I'm going to cross over to on the left and then I'm going to cross back over because I didn't want to walk past no funeral home because I didn't, you know, I just didn't like it. I'm just going to tell you the truth. I'm scared of funeral homes. So I didn't like walking. You know, I didn't want to walk past it. So anyway, it was so motherfucking cold, y'all. I just did not feel like walking across that damn street. So I stayed on the side where the funeral home at. So I'm walking and I said, when you walk past the funeral home, just don't look that way. So my ass walking and I couldn't help myself, y'all. I'm walking and shit. I'm scared. I'm walking up towards the funeral home. I'm walking down the street, getting ready to pass the funeral home. I'm scared to, to look over there. Girl, why my ass look over there anyway as I'm walking past the funeral home? Why is the body in the casket and you know how the light be on it? It's a body sitting right in the casket and the light on. I was like, oh shit. So I take off and start running a little bit. So I stopped running out, went on and walked and kept walking. As I'm looking back, seeing there's a bus coming, ain't no damn bus coming yet. So I'm walking and walking, keep looking, ain't no bus coming. So I'm like maybe a block by my house, so shit. So I'm walking and walking. So I finally look back. There go the motherfucking bus right then. I'm like, ain't this a bitch? I'm at home now, and then you gonna show up now. So I end up cutting down the street and going to my crib and shit. I get in the house and shit. We got a house full of people. Ain't nobody going home for Thanksgiving. Everybody decided to spend the night at our motherfucking house. So I look in the front room. There go my granddaddy. He in the front room and shit. He got his pallet, and I'm looking at him and shit. I'm like, damn, he got all the extra blankets and shit. So I walk down the hallway. I go in my room. I'm like, ooh, yeah, take off these clothes. I'm freezing like a motherfucker. I'm cold. My feet froze, everything. I go in my room and shit. I see my ugly ass sister. She laying in her bed. And then I look and shit. Here go my brother and his wife. They in my motherfucking bed. No, they got their own apartment. Why the fuck did y'all spend the night? Y'all should have ate y'all food and took y'all asses home. So I'm standing there like, I ain't got nowhere to sleep. I'm sick. I'm not feeling good. I want to lay the fuck down. I'm like, now what the fuck I'm gonna do now? Now what I'm gonna do now? Like that. So I was like, okay. Now, so I go on the shelf looking where we keep the extra blankets at. I look on the shelf. It's not a motherfucking blanket on the shelf. It's only one sheet. So I had to take this one sheet, y'all, and I'm like looking around the house. There's nowhere else to sleep because everybody is taking the spot. So I'm like, I gotta find me some motherfucking where to sleep. So I'm so motherfucking cold. I'm trying to warm up. So I go and turn the motherfucking heat all the way up. I took the sheet because I ain't got nothing to put on the floor. So I'm sleeping on the bare ass floor and I got one little sheet, don't even have a pillow. So I take the sheet and I throw it over on the heat. So the heat is like blowing the heat up in the sheet. So I got as close as I could. So y'all, I laid on that motherfucking floor. I was trembling and baby, I was sick than a motherfucker. I started gurgitating and shit like, oh. I just was getting real sick. I say, God damn, what is wrong with me? So I jump up, I go to the bathroom, I'm throwing up. I'm like, what the fuck did I eat? I ain't never eaten no more Chinese food again in my life like that. So I go back and lay down again, and that just seemed like I just got sicker and sicker. By this time, y'all, I was just really feverish and shit, and my stomach was just turning and I was just weak, and I was like, ooh, I probably didn't caught the flu and all of this shit out here and all this cold like that. So I was just laying on the floor. I'm just trembling. So I get up and shit. So I go ask my granddaddy. I say, Granddaddy, I'm not feeling good. I said, I feel real bad. I said, you think you could take me to the emergency room? I said, Granddaddy, I feel like I'm about to die. Granddaddy, please take me to the emergency room. My granddaddy, he was asleep. He sat up in the seat like this and looked at me. And he said, child, please, and slid back down and went to sleep. I'm like, Granddaddy, I need to go to the hospital. He said, child, please. So y'all, I went back in there, got on that damn floor and held on to that little one sheet, laying on that bare ass floor. I'm just trembling and shit. I'm like, damn, I'm sick. I just don't know why I feel so sick. Why I'm so sick like this. So I started crying. I cried myself to sleep. So the next morning I got up and shit. And nobody wasn't up. I was the first motherfucker up. I'm looking around hoping that my brother Herb can get his ass up and take his ass home and get the fuck out of my bed. Somebody need to get up so I can lay down like that. So I'm just still, you know, feeling sick and shit. So I'm just sitting there laying on the floor still. I was up, you know, and I just got really, really hungry. So I said, let me take me a shower, put me some clothes on and shit, and, you know, and come fix me a plate, some leftovers and shit. So I did just that. I go in the kitchen and shit. I making me a plate. You know, I'm the first one in the kitchen because everybody just walking around talking in the front room and everybody still just chit-chat. Nobody came for leftovers yet but me. So I get up, I make me a nice plate and shit. So I sit down with my plate and shit. So when I sat down and shit, my granddaddy, he walked in and he started making him a plate and shit. So, he just looked back at me and I looked at him like, motherfucker, I asked you to take me. Like, motherfucker, I asked you to take me to the motherfucking hospital. I'm dying in here. You tell me, child, please. I'm back. So I'm mad at my granddaddy. I'm like rolling my ass at his ass because I didn't told you I'm down there feel like I'm about to die. You ain't gonna take me to the motherfucking hospital and shit. So I rolled my ass at him and I turned around and he just kept looking at me like that. Then he turned around and kept shaking his head. Child, please. Child, please. Then he looked back at me again. Child, please. Now, mind you, my granddaddy is an old man. He's an old man. I want to say at this time, he was like probably in his early 70s, middle 70s at that time. You know, he probably was like in his middle 70s at that time. And, he was in there fixing his food and shit, right? So I got a nice big ass plate. I got everything on my motherfucking plate. I'm loaded because I'm so hungry. Ooh, I'm just so hungry. So y'all, I'm sitting at the table and shit, and I just pick up a fork full of greens, just a little fork full of greens, and I put it in my mouth and I chewed it. When I chewed it, y'all, immediately I got full, like somebody had took a balloon, like take a balloon and put air in it. That's how full I was. I was like, damn, I'm full. I just only ate a bite and I'm full as hell. Y'all, I was full as hell. And then I began to get nauseated again. I say, what the heck was wrong with these greens? Like, ooh, these greens that made my stomach hurt. So I'm just sitting there like, oh, wee. So I'm just sitting there. So my grandfather turned around. What's wrong with you? I said, nothing. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I don't feel good. He said, child, please. And I looked at him like, man, be quiet. You know what I mean? That's just the way I'm looking at it. It says, like, be quiet. So I'm sitting there and I'm just like, oh, I just don't feel good. And I'm just talking, you know, out loud. I just don't feel good. My grandfather turned around and said, child, please, your eyes is white as snow. Your eyes is white as snow. Child, you pregnant. Look at your eyes. Your eyes is white as snow. I said, what you talking about pregnant? Yo, that's the far thing from my mind. I didn't think not one time I was pregnant because I had never been pregnant. I don't even know the symptoms of being pregnant. So I ain't even thinking now one time that I'm pregnant. You know what I mean? He gonna say, child, please, you pregnant. Look at you. Your eyes is white as snow. Your eyes is white as snow. Look at your eyes. They white as snow. You pregnant. Child, please. And I was like, I'm not pregnant. What you talking about? I'm not pregnant. Why you saying that, granddaddy? I'm not pregnant. He said, child, you is pregnant. Look at you. Your eyes is white as snow. That is wrong. That was what's wrong with you. That's why you're sick, because you're pregnant. Your eyes is white as snow. And I said, I wish you would stop saying that. So he said it again. At that time, my mama came in there. She said, who pregnant? He said, child, she pregnant. She's like, I know damn well she ain't pregnant. You pregnant? I say, no, I ain't pregnant. I said, I don't know why he's saying that. I'm not pregnant. Why you saying that, granddaddy? Stop saying that. He said, child, please, you is pregnant. Look at that girl's eyes. Her eyes is white as snow. And my mama said, I know damn well you ain't went out here and got yourself pregnant. I said, I know damn well I ain't got pregnant either. So y'all, I'm 18 at this time. I said, I'm not pregnant. What is you talking about, mama? I said, don't listen to nothing he talking about. I'm not pregnant. So now he done got a big ass thing going on. So I was like, I don't want to eat nothing no more. I ain't hungry no more. My mom was like, you ain't finna waste that food. You better eat that food. I said, I can't eat this food. It's making me sick. And then my granddaddy said, yeah, because you pregnant. I said, I'm not pregnant. Like that. My mom was like, you better not waste the food. I said, well, okay, I'm not going to eat it right now. I put it in the refrigerator. I'll come back. I said, just please, I gotta go. So y'all, I get up, go straight to the bathroom. I just start throwing up. Ugh, just throwing up everywhere. So mind you, y'all, this is like Thursday, Friday, because you know, Thanksgiving falls on Thursday. So this Friday. So I'm in the bathroom, I'm throwing up. I'm like, oh, I don't understand why I'm so sick. Then I said, you know what? First thing Monday morning, I'm going to the doctor. I'm going to the doctor first thing Monday morning, y'all. So anyway, all that goddamn weekend, I was sick as hell. My baby daddy, he calling me. My boyfriend, he calling me. And I didn't want to talk to him. I did not want to talk to him. I did not talk to him none that weekend. So I went through Saturday being sick as a dog. Friday, all day Saturday, all day Sunday. I was just sick, miserable, throwing up, couldn't keep nothing down and shit. Before I knew it, y'all, I had even stopped eating. I had to lay in the bed all day long. So my mama come in the door like, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? She said, I know something is wrong with you. She said, your granddaddy probably ain't lying on you. You probably is pregnant. I was like, Mama, I'm not pregnant like that. And so I just cut off real short because she, it was irritating me just her saying something. And so anyway, sure enough, Monday come, baby. I got up, got myself together, and went straight on down there to the clinic where my girl worked at. So me, I'm a walk-in, okay? I come on in that motherfucker. When I get in there, y'all, it's like a lot of little young teenager girls in there with their mothers, okay? And all the little girls, like, wiping their eyes. Everybody wiping their eyes. So I'm looking at shit like, damn. It's a lot of little girls in here like that. So I go to the desk. So my best friend, she gonna say, oh, you came. I say, girl, yeah. I said, I do not feel good. She said, okay, let me check you in like that. She said, it's gonna be a while for you. She said, because we got all these kids in here. And I looked at her, I'm like, what? She said, yeah, we got all these kids in here. So you're gonna be a little late because it's a walk-in. You didn't make an appointment. And I was like, okay, fine. So anyway, y'all, I sit there. So here come this lady come in. As I'm sitting there, I hear this lady saying, bitch, if you pregnant, you gonna go to sleep. I ain't gonna play with you. So I looked at the lady, I'm like, damn, like that. So then I heard another lady say, if you pregnant, I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna beat that baby out of your ass. I'm like, whoa. And I'm looking at the little girls. They look like little girls, like 13 and 14 years old. That's how little they look. And the kids, the girls, they crying, oh, Mona, I'm pregnant. And then there was another lady sitting on the corner with her daughter. She said, these people tell me you pregnant. She said, I'm gonna whoop your ass, and I'm gonna whoop your ass good. And the other little girl, she crying, and I'm like, damn. So all the little girls in there just crying. So I'm like, oh shit, what is the fuck going on like that? So anyway, my friend called one of the little girls back there that was sitting back there, sitting in the waiting room. So she went back there and shit, and a few minutes later, I heard her mama say, bitch, I told you. Bitch, didn't I tell you if you was pregnant, bitch, I'm gonna beat your motherfucking ass. Didn't I tell you, bitch, I'm gonna beat that baby out of your ass? Bitch, I knew you was pregnant. Bitch, I knew you ain't nothing but 13 years old, bitch, and you got a baby in your stomach. I'm beating your motherfucking ass when you get home, like that. And then I'm hearing my friend say, ma'am, calm down, ma'am, calm down, ma'am, calm down, ma'am. And the little girl, she crying, hollering and shit, like that. And I was like, ooh, shit, then y'all, I began to get nervous and shit. I'm like, oh shit, if I'm pregnant, my mama gonna beat my ass if I'm pregnant. I started getting it in my mind, so I'm like, oh shit, I hope I'm not pregnant because my mama gonna beat my ass too. So anyway, another little girl go in there with her parents. One of the girls sitting and waiting now. So a few minutes later, they in there. So while they back there, in walked this little bitty short lady and her daughter. They about this tall, from the mama this height, the daughter this height. So they walk in. So she walk in, the little girl crying already. So they walking up, they walk in. So she talking, she said, if I get here, And she said, this doctor tell me you pregnant? She said, I'm going to beat this motherfucking baby up out of your ass soon as they tell me you pregnant. She said, I'm going to hit you in your damn face. Like that. And the little girl was like, oh, mama, I'm not pregnant. I'm not pregnant. So the little girl, she crying. And I'm like, God damn. Y'all remember them. Remember that little lady and that little girl, okay? I'm going to tell you something about them. So anyway, they walk up and they sit down. So the whole time the mama was like, you motherfucking bitch. She said, I know you pregnant, motherfucker. She said, you was too young to be having a goddamn baby. You do not need no baby. I mean, she was drilling her. Everybody that was left in that motherfucking, that waiting room, you know, was like going at it with their kid. So all of a sudden you hear, mama. This lady was back there beating her daughter ass because she found out she was pregnant. She said, bitch, didn't I tell you I was going to get you, motherfucker? Did I tell you I was going to? What? Who you pregnant about? Who you pregnant about, motherfucker? Didn't I tell you I was going to beat your motherfucking ass? Didn't I was going to tell you I was going to beat your ass? So anyway, they come out of there. So it leaves the lady, short lady, me, and one more lady in the waiting room. So the other lady in the waiting room, she went in, and then the lady, the short lady and the short daughter, they both sitting there. And she was like, I told you. She said, I know I got a strange spirit. I felt your ass. I bet you pregnant. And the girl like, Mama, I'm not pregnant. She said, shut your ass up because I know you pregnant, motherfucker. Like that. So a few minutes later, you hear another lady like, bitch, I told you. I knew you was pregnant. I knew you was pregnant, motherfucker. I knew you. What the fuck you gonna do with a baby at 14 years old? What you gonna do with a baby when you, bitch, I'm not taking care of no baby. You gonna take care of the baby, and bitch, I'm gonna beat your ass when we get home. So that little girl and her mama, they come out, she crying, and mama dragging her ass, they out the door. So it leaves the little short lady and me. So like me, I'm in a walk-in, so I'm the last person. So at that time, it's like 4 or 5 o'clock. So they locked the door because the clinic had closed, so it was just me and them. So the little short lady, so they called her back there. She said, go on. She said, you go on first, bitch, because I'm gonna knock your motherfucking ass in your face if they tell me you pregnant. So the little girl walking there, Mom, I'm not pregnant. She said, you say one more word to me until they tell me you're not pregnant. She said, you don't got no business fucking. You shouldn't have been having with your legs open. You ain't even know how to wash the piss off your ass. How you walking around here with your legs open? You ain't nothing but a fucking child. So anyway, I'm sitting there, y'all. I done heard all these kids and they mama talking about beating theirs. Y'all, I'm in the seat. Oh, shit, I'm in trouble. If I'm pregnant, my mama gonna kill me. My mama gonna kill me, baby. Mama, if I'm pregnant, my mama gonna beat my ass and shit. I'm 18. I'm sitting there bugging out. I'm like, oh, I know my mama gonna kill me if she found out I'm pregnant. Y'all, I began to cry in that motherfucker. I know damn well I ain't pregnant. How the fuck I'm pregnant? I don't even know what pregnant is. What I'm gonna do with a baby? I can't get no baby. What I'm gonna do with a baby? I'm still having fun. What the fuck I'm gonna do? So I'm in there and soup myself up, y'all. I gotta throw up because I done made myself sick. So I'm running the bathroom. I go throw up and shit. Come back and shit. When I'm sitting in the chair, I'm shaking. Oh, my mama gonna kill me. My mama gonna kill me if I'm pregnant. So all of a sudden, I hear that lady say, bitch, I told you your motherfucking ass. I knew it. I knew you was pregnant. I knew you was pregnant, motherfucker. I knew when you get home, motherfucker, I'm gonna beat your ass. She said, first of all, we finna go to this motherfucker house. And when we go to his house, she said, I'm gonna beat his ass and I'm gonna beat yours. His ass, his mama ass, and everybody in this house, and his daddy ass. She said, I knew it. And she said, that boy too grown for you. That boy 17 years old. You ain't nothing but 15 years old. Bitch, I'm gonna beat your ass and his ass mama. She said, we going straight to their house when I leave this motherfucker. Like that. I was like, oh, shit. Oh, shit. That's all I kept saying. So then my friend come in the window said, come on, you next. I was like, girl, oh, girl. She said, what's wrong with you? I said, girl. I said, everybody. She said, yeah, everybody in here was pregnant. Like that. I said, I heard. I'm hearing all of that. She said, one lady, I had to tell her don't hit her because she had picked up something finna hit her daughter with it. And I told her she do. I was going to call the police on her. I'm like, girl, no. She said, yeah. She said every last one of them girls was pregnant. This is my friend. So we just discussing shit that she wasn't supposed to. But we did. But she couldn't do nothing because I had already heard it anyway. So she was like, girl, yeah, everybody came in here today was pregnant. She said, okay, your turn. Ooh, if my mama found out I'm pregnant, girl, my mama gonna hurt me. So I'm sitting there, I'm trembling and shit. I started crying. I said, girl, my mama gonna hurt me, man. My mama gonna hurt me if I'm pregnant, girl. My mama gonna hurt me. She was like, girl, she said, we don't know yet. She said, let's see what's going on. She said, calm down. Let's see what's going on. So she said, go in there and pee in this. So I go in there, I peed in it and shit. And she came back. She said, well, she said, you pregnant? I say, no, I can't be pregnant. My mama gonna hurt me. Oh, my mama gonna hurt me. I can't be pregnant. My mama gonna go off on me. I can't be pregnant. And I'm going off making a scene in there. I'm going off. She say, let me go talk to the doctor. So she said, oh, the doctor said he want to take some blood and then he want to give you an exam. He want to examine you. I say, no. I said, no. She said, let me take the blood. So she come back with the blood. She took my blood. She come back with it. She said, yeah, you pregnant. She said, the doctor wants you to get undressed from the bottom down and he want to give you an exam because he want to know how far you is. She was like, calm down. She said, calm the fuck down. She said, how old are you? I said, I'm 18. She said, your mama can't do shit to you. She said, you a grown adult. She said, just like them little girls. She said, those was little girls. I could see they mama fucking them up. She said, but you are the grown woman. She said, your mama can't do shit to you. Your mama can't do nothing to you. She said, calm down. Stop all that crying. She said, you 18 years old. Ain't nothing your mama can do to you. I'm like, yeah, girl, my mama can't. She said, girl, if you don't stop crying. She said, you listening to me? She said, the doctor finna come in here and give you an exam. She said, your mama can't do shit to you. You are a grown adult. She can't do nothing to you. You grown. Calm down. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Washing my tears. Yeah, you're right. I am grown. Yeah, I am grown. I am 18. No, she can't do nothing to me. Oh, no, she can't do nothing to me. Yeah, I am 18. Yep, I'm grown. I'm grown. So I come in there, the doctor come in there and shit. And he give me the exam. He give me the exam and shit, and I get up off the table and she get dressed and shit. He come back, give her the paperwork. She said, well, she said, it looks to me you're gonna be having your baby in July. I was like, no, I can't be pregnant. She said, girl, yeah, you're gonna be having your baby in July. She said, don't worry about it. She said, I got you. I said, my mama gonna put me out. She said, if your mama put you out, she said, you know I got you. You can come stay with me and my kids. I got a big house. We good. She said, go on home, tell your mama get the trip. And she said, call me and I'll come pick you up. She said, I wouldn't dare leave you out like that. She said, I'll take care of that baby and do everything I got to do for that baby. Like that. She said, I hope it's a girl because I need another girl in my life. I could be the godmama, can't I? I said, girl, I don't care. She said, stop crying. She said, you want to be all right. It's going to be all right. You hear me? You hear me? She said, I got you. She said, you trust me? I said, yeah. She said, don't worry about it. I got it. I got you. And I was like, okay. So I wipe my tears. I'm like, yeah, I'm grown, right? She said, yeah, you grown. She said, don't worry about nothing. You grown. So I'm wiping my tears and shit. I get myself together and all that shit. I put myself on and I go out the door. She said, call me if anything go wrong. I said, okay, I will. So anyway, I'm on the bus and shit, and I'm crying all the way on the bus. People stopping and looking and shit at me and shit. I'm wiping the tear. The bus driver said, ma'am, you all right? I'm like, yeah, I'm all right. And shit. He said, you sure you all right? I said, yeah, I'm okay. He was like, okay. He said, I don't like to see a pretty woman crying like that. He said, I don't like to see no pretty woman crying like that. I said, yeah, I'm all right. He said, well, what's wrong? I was like, man, I said, I just found out I'm pregnant. He said, well, congratulations. He said, that's a beautiful thing. He said, that's a beautiful thing. I said, yeah, I'm pregnant. I'm not ready to be no mom. He said, well, it ain't nothing you ready for. He said, you got to be one. He said, that's a gift from God. He said, that's a beautiful thing. He said, congratulations. He said, don't cry about it. like that. And I was like, yeah, I know. So anyway, I was like, okay. So I'm just sitting there and I'm just chilling and shit, still my crying and stuff. He said it's gonna be all right. So my stop come. He said, young lady, he said, congratulations and good luck. Okay. He said, I'm rooting for a boy. And I was like, okay. So I get off. He said, stop crying. Like that. So I get off and shit. I stopped by my baby daddy house and at his sister house and shit. And I walked up to him. I was like, I got something to tell you. He was like, what? I said, I got something to tell you. He was like, what? What you got to tell me? I said, I'm pregnant. He was like, what, man? He was like, what? I said, yeah, I'm pregnant. He was like, for real, man? I was like, yeah, I am. He was like, girl. I was like, yeah, boy. Like that. He was like, girl, what we gonna do? What we gonna do? What we gonna do? We ain't got nowhere to go. We ain't got no baby. I don't live. We ain't got no place to stay. I said, I don't know how I will. Think about it later. I said, I gotta go. So I'm walking and shit, and he trying to talk to me. I say, just leave me alone. I don't want to talk to you anyway. I'm not talking to you anyway. Just leave me alone. So I go and shit, and I get to walking and shit. I'm walking. I just start praying like, God, please don't let my mama be mad at me. Please don't let my mama be mad at me like that. So I get in the crib and shit. So my mom in her room, I get in the crib, I take all my shit off and I just laid across the bed and I just start looking at TV. I'm doing this. So my mama, she came and laid beside me and shit. And she say, how many months you are? I say, I'm 3 months. She said, you 3 months? I say, yep, I'm 3 months pregnant. She was like, wow, like that. I was like, yeah. And she said, okay, I guess we having a baby then. And then she looked at, and I looked at her. Then I was like, what? She said, I guess we having a baby then. And I was like, I just started crying and stuff. She said, what you crying for? And I said, because I thought you was going to be mad at me. She said, what am I going to be mad at you for? She said, you a grown woman. I can't be mad at you like that. So we sat there and we was talking and stuff, and she was like, I was like, I'm just so sick. She said, yeah, that's a part of being pregnant. You have that sickness and stuff like that. So she was just telling me, and we was just reminiscing on when she had my siblings and stuff and me, and she was just telling me the stories about that there and stuff. And then I was just sitting there listening to her talk. So in the midst of we talking, guess who called? That damn granddaddy of mine. That goddamn granddaddy of mine's called. And so he on the phone. He said, did the girl go to the doctor today? Then my mama said, yeah, she went to the doctor. He said, what happened? He said, yeah, she pregnant, ain't she? She said, I'm here. You talk to your granddad. Tell your granddad. I said, I don't want to talk to him like that. He said, I told you them eyes was white as snow. I knew she was pregnant. Her eyes was white as snow. Child, please. She pregnant, ain't you? My mama say. I said, you tell him. She said, yeah, she pregnant. He said, how far she is? She said, she 3 months. He said, child, please, she 3 months pregnant. She 3 months pregnant. My mama said, yeah, she 3 months pregnant. Like that. He was like, child, please. He said, I knew that girl was pregnant. Just looking at her eyes was white as snow. I knew she was pregnant. Ooh, child, please. Child, please. All right, then. I just wanted to see, was I telling you? Because I already knew I was telling you, because I already knew she was pregnant. Like that. I said, yeah, he told the truth. Yeah, he did. I'm like, okay. I don't want to talk to him no more. I'm like, okay. Like that. So anything we talk, end up hanging out with my granddaddy and shit. So I hear my mama, she's up out the bed and she went on in the other room. So I'm listening to her. She start calling people. Y'all guess who pregnant? Yeah, she finna have a baby, y'all. Yeah, when she have a baby, they said she have a baby in July, y'all. And like that, they say, ooh, tell her congrats. She said, nah, you call and tell her. So I'm hearing on the phone telling everybody that I'm pregnant and shit like that. So all of a sudden, after she get to getting on the phone, everybody start calling me, hey, I heard you pregnant. I heard you finna have a baby. I know you finna have a baby in July. I'm gonna be your baby mama. Who your baby godmama is? I want to be the godmama. Everybody call me, hey, congratulations and congratulations. So everybody calling and congratulating me. I'm like, baby, thank y'all, but I'm sick than a dog. I am sick than a dog. I'm sick. I can't even stand up because I'm so sick. So anyway, y'all, it's probably going to be a part. It's probably going to be a part 2 to this story, because I don't know. I'm still thinking if I want to share the rest of the story and how it went, y'all. Yeah. What I can say, y'all, that I had a hard time giving birth. I'm definitely going to tell y'all that. So I don't know if I'm going to tell y'all that story, because sometimes it get too touchy and I know I'll start crying and then I probably won't be able to finish the story out. But I'm going to think hard on it again and see if I'm able to do it and everything. But yeah, y'all, I'm going to make a part 2 to this story, okay? So yeah, y'all, that is the end of this story about your girl, how she found out that she was pregnant thanks to my grandfather. Okay, thanks to my grandfather. Child, please, that girl eyes white as snow. She pregnant, her eyes white as snow. I'm like, you done came over here with some Mississippi shit that you predictive and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you know old people, they know shit. You know what I'm saying? He hit it right on the goddamn money, baby. I was definitely pregnant. And I did. And I was like that and everything. And so, yeah, and that's just how I was and shit. You know, my mama was, you know, she knew my baby daddy. She had met him a long time ago. When we first met, I introduced him together. And we had been together for some years and shit before I ended up getting pregnant. I can't even say no years. I think we was together for at least about a year, or maybe a year and a half, and then I got pregnant. Y'all, shit. Baby, I was out there having a good damn time. I didn't even think for my last motherfucking thought of my mind that I was pregnant, because I'm doing everything I needed to do, you know, still having my menstrual every month, cycle running on time. So I knew I wasn't pregnant, because that's the least thing was far from my head, because I knew I wasn't pregnant, because I, you know, been still having my period the whole time. I was, you know, pregnant. But, baby, and then I woke up. Okay, y'all. But y'all, that's the end of the story. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for tuning in to your girl. And thank y'all so much, my new subscribers, for subscribing to your channel, your girl channel. Okay. And you got something to say, get down in the comments, because baby, I'll talk back. All right, y'all. Y'all, I just want to say, hey, thank y'all. So in the meantime, between time, y'all, God bless. And y'all stay safe and never ever let anybody sit on your happiness. Okay, y'all. Bye.